Welcome to the Port City, Mobile, Alabama, home to the South Alabama Jaguars at Hancock-Whitney Stadium, and we have been fired up about this match all week. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the San Diego State Aztecs, taking on a team from the Big 12, the South Alabama Jaguars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Jaguars will kick it off to get us underway. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So San Diego State will be in a hole thanks to that short return. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Now they've got breathing room. Got 6 all the way out to the 20.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Stopped after making the catch. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He looks that one in nicely. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? 3rd down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something you put in on day 1 install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
And the Aztecs are rolling down the field. From the gun, running back on the move. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Looking down the middle. He's got it. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Hey, it's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance. And I mean, you got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You got to work the perimeter to both sides. You got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle. And they did right there.
And into the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, San Diego State. You want to talk about coming out and setting the tone and making your presence known immediately.
And every coach talks about all during the week how important it is to start fast. But coming out and executing, it's another thing. Great start for the offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-0.
That makes the score San Diego State 7, South Alabama 0.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Jaguars offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Comes out throwing on first down. Got his man. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Buck. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Great job by that defender. I mean, he timed that snap count perfectly, got into the backfield and created the negative play.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Wide open, he makes the catch. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, South Alabama.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap things off with a touchdown pass from 59 yards out. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Bringing it back. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
To the air, it's Cook. Fires one high and deep. And he intercepts it. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll leave it with him. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run it from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
And sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Quarterback checking the play. Running back goes in motion. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
And how about the bomb, the long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. UNLV is on top, but it's not like Randall Cunningham is playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 6 over New Mexico. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The give to the back. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's the end of the quarter. South Alabama has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking downfield, it's Cook. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Holds and fires complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This is a very tough slot receiver to cover if you're a linebacker because of how quick and how shifty he is. You never seem to know which way he's going, and he always seems to create an open space for his QB.
He wants to pass it on second down. They've got the screen set up.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D-linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on third and short from the 45. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. The Aztecs will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Guys, we'll have another look at this South Alabama offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here in the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They're going to ride this running back. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run. And then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. Used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore. And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. You know, coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive. Instead, they're looking at a third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And after the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, this offense faces third down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Jaguars will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Guys, let's see what adjustments this San Diego State offense has made this time. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run it from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on third and long from the 26. Looking to pass. It's Cook. They're bringing heat. He'll get rid of it. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
It's so important in football that wide receiver and quarterback are on the same page. They're understanding where I got to get the first down. Great job understanding where that marker was. Great execution, first down.
And the Aztecs have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Pulls it in. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab on the left. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. New set of downs after that completion. Back to the air one more time. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Pocket starts to collapse. The freshman able to get home with the sack. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Bought a little time, lets it go. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Now down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. Coming after it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. This drive was rolling, and then it got thrown into reverse. Here's a 2nd and 18. Looking for a man. It's Cook. Got a man. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Buys a little extra time. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Sam Houston is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Georgia State. We'll circle back if anything big happens. You should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. 1st down for this offense. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Man, when these receivers fumble the football, oftentimes it's out in the open field. You have no idea who's going to jump on it. That's oftentimes how you see scooping scores. He's lucky he was able to recover his own fumble.
He's looking to throw it. Uncorks it. Caught over the middle. It's Buck. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Okay, ready?
Line gets set. 1st down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the ground to try to move the chains. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, South Alabama. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return.
San Diego State.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
State's offense will take over. 1st and 10.
And with time running out here in the 1st half, this offense will choose to take a knee. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is tough to beat the pageantry and quality of play so far today in Mobile. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who Once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different ears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. And with that, let's head back inside Hancock Whitney Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Aztecs will kick it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Alabama has it back. The Jaguar offense going to work. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's a guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Trying to find his man on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Buck. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the step off, now they have to deal with 1st and 15. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Can't get him to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to commute.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
Well, this defense knew they had to get off to a fast start here in the second half. They're trailing by a bunch of points right now on the scoreboard. They needed to make something positive happen early, and on the very first drive, they get a sack on 3rd down, looking to get the ball back to their offense here.
Guys, we're about to get another look at this San Diego State offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Leaves it with the back. On the move at the 30. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down. They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Fast motion from the offense. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and they forced the incompletion.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. He unleashes a long one. Touchdown, Aztecs! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Number 9.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Jaguars offense ready to go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Takes the handoff. It's Cook. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Just searching and working for the running route as he gets it out to the 26.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They'll try the run. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Makes a grab enough for the first. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. The Jaguars come to the line with a new set of downs. He's going to pass. Feeling some heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. And back to the air on 2nd down. Wide open downfield. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Jaguars! They take the lead with the 6. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Washington State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Pullman behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to BYU. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them coming.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're
looking deep down the right side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They go to the draw. Plows through the defense. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter. South Alabama has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They'll throw it on first down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Second and 10 after the previous play. Looking for a man. It's Cook. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Tackled immediately after the catch.
Screen pass just not working there, and you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
He's got his man. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Aztecs have their offense in high gear. He'll come out throwing on first down. It's complete. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They want to just keep throwing it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Shaw. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Nice move to stay on his feet. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed.
Lets it fly deep downfield. To the end zone, and is picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel on the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Gonna run it. It's Cook. The Jaguars have enough for the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. He's looking to throw. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And the Jaguars will punt it away on fourth down. He'll try to really get into this one. A low-line drive and not his best work. And this punt will be down just on the other side of midfield. The Aztecs offense ready to go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Looking at a 2nd and short now. Looking downfield, it's Cook. Just a short pass to the tight end. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, And I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
Got it in the middle with y'all. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Off the play fake. Zings it complete to the right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Aztecs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, San Diego State.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Guys, we'll have another look at this South Alabama offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time. Nothing but green ahead. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
On the move, it's Cook. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Little over anxious, out of the stands early, and it's a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line getting set on 2nd down. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Late in the game with the lead, the defense obviously knows here the offense is going to have to try and throw it. Nice job in the back end there, not just in coverage, but almost picking that football off. That was a game changer.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, South Alabama! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And man, this game has been awesome. Some back and forth. Now you take the lead late. Nice job by the offense. And now you just need your defense to come through for you. One more time. One stop. Less than a minute remaining. Go out there, finish this thing.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They'll need to be very sound here, limit this return, and put this game in the hands of their defense to salt it away. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. San Diego State takes over as the offense is ready to go to work. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. To the air, it's Cook. They're trying to get to it. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, they're trailing in this game late. The defense knows it, so they're playing for pass. 2 plays ago, they get the sack. This time, they force an incompletion. Not a lot the offense can do here to catch him off guard. They're just going to have to make a huge play.
He's going to throw deep right side. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Man, that takes some serious onions. Backed up inside your own 10, and you're going for it on 4th down. No dice. Offense now set up in easy position to get a score.
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
Timeout, South Alabama.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. And he reels it in for a touchdown, and that just might seal it.
Someone say run out the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
And he makes the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
San Diego State, 28.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the books. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation